Hi, I'm Mike from 1A Auto. We've been selling auto parts for over 30 years.
To get to the blower motor on this Rogue, it's actually up here in the driver's side footwell area up near the center console. Instead of taking the dash apart, we're going to go in from underneath. But I need to take this lower part of the dash out. There is one screw holding this on and the rest is clips. So it is actually a T20 Torx. Remove this T20 Torx screw. Put that aside. You can actually grab onto this plastic, start to pull it out. So unclip. You can pull this out if it helps. All it is, this is the door so you can get to the fuse panel. Pull it out. So under here, there's a clip that goes in this way. So you can't pull it off, so you're just gonna pop this out. Just enough, it'll slide right out. It's got the hood cable attached to it and the diagnostic cable attachment. I'm actually gonna pull the lever and you'll probably hear the hood release when you do it, but you wanna pop the cable out. So you're gonna kind of pull this down and flip that up. And you can pop the cable out by pushing it over. Basically, it's this little lead weight lock piece that sits in here and then locks into this opening here. And you kind of just have to pull the cable up so it moves it into the slot so it can be popped out. It's just hard to see with all the plastic around it. I'm going to take some needle nose and just sort of turn the cable. So I just use the pliers to pry it up and out of where it was locked into the plastic here. Now I want to remove the diagnostic port. Be real careful not to damage this. So it's got two tabs on each side. I'll actually just use these pliers just to push them in a little bit and then pull on it from the back side. Slide it right out of there. And then flip this around. The harness has a little push clip in here. Get some little lock tabs I can squeeze. The needle nose. So what I did was I pushed the needle nose in there and just squeezed on these tabs to push them in and then pulled it out. Now with that, I can just move this out of the way. With our plastic trim out of the way. I'm gonna remove this knee pad steel thing that's under here. It's got 4 10mm bolts that are holding it in. Just gonna remove these. Four bolts removed. It's got little tabs here. Just lift it off of those. And we'll put that aside. Next, remove the steel bracket. There's a 10mm nut holding onto the stud here. Reach in with the socket extension, loosen it up, reach in and grab it. Following the bracket up from the first nut, there's a second nut located up higher. You need a socket extension and a swivel joint. 10mm to get to it. You might not need to remove this bracket, but for our purposes, it's going to help make the video clearer to show you what we're doing. So just kind of wiggle it off. I let gravity kind of pop the nut down. It fell into here. So before I take this metal bracket out, now I can remove this plastic This is part of the heater system. It blows hot air under your feet. It just clips under the heater box. You just kind of grab it, just pop it off. Pulls right out. Got a couple tabs on it. It just snaps into place. Fiddle with this bracket a bit. Turn it. Maneuver it out of here. So it's basically just a steel support structure under your dash. Kind of holds that knee plate. When you step in your brake pedal, that pushes this little rod under here. So before we can remove this brake pedal assembly, we need to remove this E-clip that's holding it on. So I'm going to take my needle nose pliers, get a hold of it. Pull it straight out. This is U-shaped. This pin has to come out first. So it's got two tabs on it, these white locking tabs. I'm going to push it in like that. I'll take my needle nose pliers again and kind of push the two locking tabs in like that. Just push it right out. Reach behind, pull the pin out, and leave it just like that. Now it's loose. You don't have to pull it all the way out of this piece here. Those plastic locking tabs are going to stop it, so you don't want to break them off. Don't pull it too hard. Now I can unplug the electrical connectors here for the brake pedal switches. Push in the lock tab, pull this one off. Do the same for this one. Got a 13mm deep socket for the nuts that are holding on the brake pedal assembly. We go over long studs. I'll start with the top one. Remove it. Reach up and grab it. I'm going to remove this one down here. I need to unclip this harness from the brake pedal assembly. It's got push clips in here. You really can't see what I'm doing because it's inside the steel, but I'm just going to push in with my fingers, the little release tabs. Got 1.5 kind of pulled out. No, I just kind of pulled it out once I pushed in one of the tabs that I could get to. And put the harness up over here out of the way. Gonna unplug the electrical connection to the brake, to the throttle pedal or gas pedal. Push the lock in and pull that off. This harness is clipped into the steel as well with the same type of push-in clip. So I'm going to reach up with my fingers and push in one of the locks. Pull it out. So I've pushed that harness out. I'm just going to slide this up and out of the way. Now I can get to the two 13mm nuts that are on studs just above each other on the back side here. Might be hard to see. There's two of them in here. Loosen that one up. Loosen this one up. Pull this out. There it is. Luckily when stuff falls, it just falls in the driver's side floor here. So I just had to maneuver it off of that pin. It goes through. I'm pulling it straight off the studs. Taking the whole assembly out. This is your whole brake pedal and throttle pedal assembly. So as we see, there's that pin in here. It's got locking tabs. So now I can push them in, and I'm actually gonna pull it out. Just like make sure it doesn't get caught on anything while I'm working in here. Put that aside in a safe place, you don't want to lose it. The blower motor is located up inside what would be the center console of the car, up towards the firewall. It's that black part that sort of looks like a shell or something, like a seashell. You're gonna have to unplug the connector, remove the screw, and unlock it from the heater box. Blower motor is held in with an 8mm bolt. It also has a Phillips head in it, but I'm going to use the 8mm socket and ratchet to remove it. Get that loose, reach up and grab it with my fingers. That's the only thing locking it in as far as bolts. It's just got plastic tabs that are holding it in. Before I can remove it, I need to unplug the harness. I'm going to reach up, push the lock in. I'm going to reach up and turn the blower motor to the left, so counterclockwise to unlock it. It's whatever hand is easiest for you. You're going to get a pretty good grip on it, and it's in there pretty tight. So you give it a good twist. It'll snap when it unlocks. Pull it right out. Pull the harness out of the way. Just maneuvering it out. Caught a couple of studs here. Just have to play with it a little bit to get it out. I just pulled it out. There's our old one. Here's our original blower motor from the vehicle. This one has failed. It's our brand new one from oneauto.com. It is an exact match with the mounting tabs. And it has the same style, sort of locking ramp, the way it turns in to lock. The fan part, which is also called the squirrel cage, is slightly taller, but it should work just fine because it's really only on this lip part that's a little bit taller. This should fit great and work great in the vehicle. When I install the blower motor, it needs to sit in this orientation when it's finished, up inside here. It has this ramp that it sort of locks into, so I'm gonna, when I go to install it, it's gonna be turned about here and slide it in. You're gonna have to find, it's super hard to see in there. You're gonna kind of have to feel it, slide over these openings for the tabs, and then once it's seated, you're gonna turn it clockwise, it'll lock in place, and then we'll throw in the self-tapping screw to keep it there. Basically, you have to just maneuver it up into place. It just barely fits up in here. Kind of sneak it by these sensors and this brake pedal thing. Before I took it out, I kind of pushed it in this, I kind of rolled it. Let's see, go this way. Slide it up into place. I kind of put the brake pedal arm or plunger into the fan part and just kind of use that as a way to kind of maneuver it over it. I'm going to get it up into place. Pull this down a little bit. Try to get the wires caught. A lot of this you're just going to have to do by feel. It's very hard to see up in here. Try not to catch the harnesses, move those out of the way. Let's see. I think I've got it caught on the harness for the blower motor itself. Make sure I sneak it by the harness and kind of fiddled with it, felt it. It's inside the heater motor box now. Just using my fingers to feel for the orientation of it. So the blower motor plug, where it plugs into, is sort of facing the firewall. Got it seated, I think. I start to turn it counterclockwise. and push it in a little bit and see if it will catch some of those locks and start to pull itself in. That's too far. Didn't quite catch. I think that locked into place, actually. Yep, it did make a loud snap, but it kind of firmly went into place, and I can't pull it out with my hand. It's seated in the heater box, and it feels like it lines up with the screw hole for the locking screw. So I'm going to put that in. I'm going to install the small little self-locking screw with the 8mm head or the Phillips head, whatever you want to use. Got to reach up in there, put it in with my fingers. I actually got it threaded pretty far down with my fingertips. Now I'm just going to snug it. The 8mm socket. It doesn't take much force because it's just going on plastic. It's just to keep the blower motor from spinning, and the rest of the other parts, the plastic tabs, keep it locked in place. Push the harness back up where I found it. It was up over here, and plug it back into the top of the where it connects into the blower motor. It'll click when it locks into place. So the blower motor is installed. Need to reinstall the brake pedal and throttle pedal or gas pedal assembly. So there's two holes here for the studs, and two holes here, one here and one up here. And there's corresponding studs on the firewall. You also need to push the brake pedal back into this plunger part. It's going to go through here, U-shaped thing. It's very important. You want to make sure that that goes in there and gets locked, because that's what actually presses when you step on the brake pedal, that's what pushes into the master cylinder and stops your car. This pin will go through there, and then we'll lock it with the E-clip. Slide this up into place. Try to get the harnesses caught. I'm going to get this first one caught on the bottom. Just lightly catch it so the thing doesn't, the little assembly doesn't pop off on you. Push that one up in. Get this one caught. And I'm going to pull these harnesses just out of the way here so I can get to the nuts and studs. So I can catch these two inside ones. Now back to my socket and ratchet. Tighten them down. This pin, you can reach up behind the brake pedal, and you're going to go through the piston here. You're just going to find the hole and push it right in. The pin install, reinstall the clip. Clip these harnesses back in place. So this one actually goes, this is the throttle pedal one, the black connector goes down there. This one clips in on the opening on the side, clips in right here. These are, brown one goes in this one. They're coded. You only put one in one way. White one goes here. They'll clip when they're into place. I'm just going to push that wiring up like that. Plug in the throttle pedal. Clip it into the bracket. There's the opening in the bracket. Put the harness into the bracket. And install the connector down here. It'll lock into place. Now I have to get this bracket back in place and put these two studs through the openings in the other metal bracket here. Basically just have to maneuver it in place. Up in here. I'm going to lightly catch the bottom one. I'm going to take my socket and swivel extension, put the nut in there, and reach up in there and grab it. Pull that out. And now I'll tighten this one. I clip this little air duct back into place. It's got a push clip on that side that's going to get captured, and then these two little push-in tabs that are going to get captured. I'm going to go for this side first. Lines up with this little black tab that's over here. Kind of maneuver this in here. This is pretty soft. You can kind of squish it a little bit. Okay, pop it up in place. Kind of line up with the ducts. Snap it in place, and it stays right there. I'm going to put this metal reinforcement plate back in. Just hang it right here. You need to put the bolts back into this plate. So it doesn't quite line up with this because I messed with this bracket a little bit. So you just lift it up, line it up. Holes are pretty wide. Switch to my ratchet, tighten these all down. Snug them up. Now we need to reinstall our lower dash panel. I'm going to start with the hood cable. That's going to go, it's going to snap into this opening. Then we're going to have to hook it to the handle part. Just pull it straight in like that. It locks. Now we need to get this through here. Kind of pull the cable out a bit. And I have to get this started by putting the little barrel part. Put the little barrel part through here. Then you might have to pull up on the cable and lay it into this groove. Kind of helps to get the barrel part hooked first. And then kind of twist it up and just over. And just kind of pushing it over like that. Now it's hooked up. I can rotate this over again. Get caught on the e-brake. Now with that, it's easier now because this harness wasn't connected to do the hood cable. So now I can plug the Diagnostic cable harness back in. So that just has these two snap plugs, or these two snaps, and alignment tabs here. It's going to go in just like this. And then this is going to clip in here. And now we can push this back up into place. It's got this opening on the outside here. So I'm going to pull out this trim a little bit so it slides up into place. That one's caught. Now we can push these ones in. They just snap in place real lightly. This one goes up like that. It all just snaps back on. Our hood cable works. Push this down a little bit. Reinstall the cover for the fuse panel. Lastly, install the T20 torque screw. Everything hooked back up. Put our key in. Turn the ignition on. Turn the blower motor on. So it works great.
Thanks for watching. Visit us at 1AAuto.com for quality auto parts, fast and free shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.